Master P shares his thoughts on the Super Bowl, highlighting the importance of ownership, hustle, and staying true to New Orleans culture. He speaks on building his empire from the ground up and encourages others to be their own boss while uplifting their community. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up? It's just Nick, WBLS, and as you can see, I am graced and honored to have the presence of the legendary entrepreneur, Master P. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Listen, a lot of us just want a page out your book because what you have done and created for us is just simply powerful. But I want to start off by taking this time to just recognize what happened recently in New Orleans. We can't skip over that. Condolences go out to the lives that were lost, people that were injured, and, you know, it really took a toll on the city. But what I appreciate about what you did is you was right there in the streets of New Orleans. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is my hometown, and whatever we go through, we're going to go through it together. And to be able to be the ambassador of entertainment for the city of New Orleans and to be able to be on the front line for my people, knowing that we went through this terrible tragedy on Bourbon Street, and now we got to prepare for the Super Bowl. And we hanging in there together. We feel like whatever they meant for evil, God gonna turn this into something good. And I feel like we know the strong, and we stronger together, and we gonna bounce back, and we're gonna take it to even another level. And I got in the studio. I haven't been in the studio in a long time, but I got in the studio with Mia X, Mac, Symphonique, Trombone Shorty, and the super producer KLC. That's who made all my records. We done sold over 100 million records, but going back into the studio with them, making a song just for the families of the victims. And all the proceeds from this record is called New Orleans Keep Holding On. It's going back to those families, and we know that this is definitely gonna help those families, and we going through this healing process, and I can't wait till the Super Bowl come. We're gonna show the world that all that we've been through, we still holding on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for what you've done for the city.
Thank you.
So, with Entertainment Ambassador, how does it feel to have that position, and what are you looking to do for the city of New Orleans?
I mean, it's special, and what I'm looking to do is bridge the wealth gap to be able to have minority-owned companies, have entertainers be able to get their just due, get the equal share that we should be getting. Not only like when the Super Bowl come in, you know, we want to be able to have some of these minority-owned companies be able to benefit from this also. Give opportunities to the entertainers, because we have a lot of great entertainers in the city of New Orleans. I mean, we the city of the blues, jazz, bounce, good food. So making sure we take care of these people doing these events, whether it's Essence, whether it's the Super Bowl, whether it's Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing. But you know, on the big things of this, we created the NOLA Walk of Fame to be able to celebrate the trailblazers from New Orleans, how you got the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I feel like this should have been done years ago, but we actually have that now. And we giving hope to the city. That, you know, that's what it is for me, being able to give hope to my people, knowing that I come from nothing. Look where I am at. Look where I'm at in life, and if I could do it, you could do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the city's so rich in culture. Like, you know, we've all gone to Essence and Mardi Gras. That used to be my second home.
Yes.
Okay, the food, let's not talk about that. So, regarding the Super Bowl, what would be your ideal or dream halftime show if you can have full creative control over it?
Now, you know what, to be honest with you, I just think that whatever the NFL gonna do with the Super Bowl, they're gonna do it anyway. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna enjoy the halftime show.
Yeah.
But what we can do is take care of the culture, take care of the people, and we can also prepare for the future, knowing that New Orleans is different. So I'm just waiting. I think that we're gonna have a great halftime show, but I feel like that New Orleans is definitely gonna be a part of it. Like, they know that this is the culture. New Orleans is different. New Orleans is strong, and I just can't wait. So the Super Bowl, I feel like it's gonna be one of those shows.
It is. It is. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
So you're an entrepreneur in all areas.
Yes.
It's hard to keep up with everything that you got going on, from the cereal to the Fishbone restaurant, which that food looks amazing, by the way.
Yes, we're probably one of the largest black-owned franchise restaurants, which when you talk about seafood, my grandmother used to cook seafood plates in the hood, and that's how we started. And you know, she didn't like hamburgers, so she like, you guys should be eating more fish, more seafood. And so to be able to be in the 21st century and to have a black-owned franchise that's doing well. We one of the fastest growing franchise in the seafood business. So it's a blessing. If you want great seafood, go to Fishbone.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good. It looks like it's well seasoned, baby. You can't get that New Orleans culture in you.
Yeah, you know, and that's what we're doing right now, is be able to put that New Orleans flavor out there.
And you can't get it anywhere else. That's what I love about it. It's so rich in culture. Like you can't duplicate it at all.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the music scene and all that you guys have contributed, do you think there's room for growth, and what does the future look like as far as?
So for me, this is Black History Month coming in February, so we have the concert at the NJ Pack Center in New Jersey, and this is the first Black History Month hip hop concert, which I'm like, man, we should have been doing this. And so the great thing about this, what we're doing is having a concert at New Jersey, which all the records I sold, I've never performed in New Jersey.
Wow.
So this will be my first time performing in New Jersey. So you gotta wear your camouflage. It's gonna be a No Limit Soldier concert. It's gonna be turned up, but it's for a great cause.
Yeah.
So all the proceeds from this concert is going back to help the kids, to buy backpacks, to buy school supplies. But we also want to educate our culture on the history. So the Master P concert at the NJ Pack Center will be Master P, Drew Hill, and the Locks. And I feel like with the No Limit Soldiers, there's going to be a concert you don't want to miss.
Yeah, I saw that. Benefit concert, MLK.
Yes.
That's amazing. Make sure that you guys go and support New Jersey and all over the tri-state.
Yeah, go to masterpconcert.com and get the hookup. Or go to Ticketmaster.
I see what he said, get the hookup.
Get the hookup.
Holla if you hear me.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You do so much for the community.
Yeah.
Is it important that you play that kind of role?
Yeah, so the reason why I did the concert in New Jersey, I've been giving back to that community for over 5 years, and with teamhopefoundation.org. So I like to go into these inner cities where nobody don't go.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this for over 25 years in a bunch of cities. I'm in Los Angeles, I'm in Memphis, I'm in Texas, so St. Louis. I just love our people and love our culture. And I feel like through education, we could save the next generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It shows that. It shows. And I like that it's not always broadcasted.
We don't have to.
Something you.
I don't do it. Like I said, I've been in New Jersey for over 5 years, but I don't talk about it. I don't have to talk about it, just do my part.
Well, that's my job. To let people know.
But you know what? It's crazy, right? Because if we was doing something negative, it'll be everywhere. And I think the media have to change that, but we can't change the media. But I think that, a lot of people say it's more impactful that the media put out negative stories, people are tune in and watch, but I don't feel that way. I just I'm gonna keep fighting for our culture, keep fighting for our people, because if we don't show us doing better, if I can't show the culture my growth, like I'm not the same person I was 25 years ago. And I want to show people that we can grow up, that we can get better.
Absolutely. And people are seeing that.
Yeah.
So if a young entrepreneur is watching now and they want to learn how to become an entrepreneur, what advice would you give them?
You know, I'll tell them that the most important thing on being an entrepreneur is all about consistency. So when you look at it, right, people say, what is McDonald's selling? People might say, what you might say French fries, or might say the Big Mac. No, it's selling consistency. That Big Mac tastes the same everywhere. And so you got to be able to sell your products in a brown paper bag if it's right. So consistency in anything you do, even in entertainment, sports, you got to put the work in. Same thing in creating a business. And you got to be willing to sacrifice. So what I mean by sacrifice, if you're an entrepreneur, right, you might have to pay all your people before you get paid.
Yeah.
But if you're going to lose, you're going to fail. And I tell people all the time, I failed so many times. But I kept getting back up, and that one win will take advantage. It'll take all that failure out the way. So don't give up, don't quit. Put your trust and faith in God, and be willing to put the work in, because they say faith without work is dead.
Absolutely. I love your posts on Instagram, by the way. You can put up the quotes and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'll be looking forward to that. So a lot of people are motivated just by your story altogether,
Yes.
with you being an entrepreneur and the music, and you taking full control over just funding yourself and funding the label. What would you say to an artist right now who doesn't want to do a deal?
Yeah, so my thing is, to an artist that don't want to do a deal, I want you to know that 10% is your talent and 90% is business and marketing. So if you're not prepared for that, it's tough, because a lot of people think because they making music, they're in the music business. No, you're not in the music business till you get a hit record. And so you could have all the chains you want, you could have the rap vans, you're not in the music business until you get a hit record.
Yeah, and a lot of them, some of them feel like they have the hits, but they don't know the business side at all.
So if you do have a hit, then you got to believe in it. So I tell people all the time, right? So I had Bout It, and I used to go to the radio station and take it to this radio station in California, and they'll tell me, Pete, come back next Tuesday and bring me something else, you know. Your program, you know.
Yeah. Well, we was playing about it.
That's what I'm saying. But imagine this, right? As a program director, and you from the West Coast, you never heard nothing like that.
Right.
So when I went into this place, I gave the program director my song, and he said, you know what, Body is cool, but bring me something back next week that I could work with. So I come back next week, I brought him Body. He said, nah, Pete, come back next week, bring me Body. Next week I came back, I brought Body. This went on for about 6 or 7 weeks, right? He finally said, I'm just gonna play it, I guess just to get me out. I said, well, if the people like it, then you could play. He said, yeah, if the people like it, I'll keep playing it. If not, if it don't work, then I'm not gonna play it, and we done. He put it on, the people start calling in. But imagine if I brought something back, then he would have realized that I don't even believe in the record. So that's what I mean. The consistency is so important, but you have to believe in what you're selling or what you have. And so if I didn't believe, then nobody else wouldn't believe. And then that record, it was just different and it was unique, but I believed in it. And so that, you know, I tell people all the time, you got to be successful as bad as you want to breathe.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. And you were able to just globally and worldwide get your music around, which is hard for people to do, especially in the South. You know, having songs.
Well, I learned the music business from being a retail record store. No Limit Record was a retail record store in Richmond, California. I also learned how to sell my CDs and cassettes out the trunk of my car, because I followed the Avon lady model. So I watched the Avon lady pop her trunk open and sell her Tupperware in the hood. And so I'm like, man, I could do that. I'm gonna do that with my music. So a lot of things that you see that you're trying to do had already been done before. You just gotta put your twist on it.
Yeah. What about for those who are raised in the streets? You know, times are different.
Yeah.
I feel like we have more opportunities. We live in the age of technology and digital. And I feel like at the time, 20, 30 years ago, you know, you kind of had to make a living however you could get it. Do you feel like that's still necessary? Is there another route for those who don't really want to do the hood thing, who don't want to trap?
And well, you don't have to. I didn't want to be on the streets. I had to be out there. If I was a part of this generation right here, I would be focused on building my brands. I tell people all the time, product outweighs talent. So you should be doing something as a young person, saying, hey, even if you have to work a job, work that job, but I'm about to create and build something. So a lot of people want to be successful, they want a different life, but they don't want to put the work in. And so you don't have to hang on the corners no more. I mean, there's no money in the streets like that. So like you really can, I mean, they got 12-year-old kids making millions of dollars off of YouTube. So that would be my hustle. And you could do it legitly. And you could live and you could survive longer. I tell people all the time, if you're gonna put 4, 5, 10 years into being incarcerated, why not put 4, 5 years into creating a business, going to college, investing in yourself?
It's the same mindset.
It is the same mindset, because think about it, once you get incarcerated, right, you make 3 cents a day. Think about it. You could give up your life to go make 3 cents a day. Why not do something that you could be a multi-millionaire? Take those type of chances. Because people always say, oh, we taking penitentiary training. No, you don't have to do that. We taking generational chances. We ain't taking penitentiary chances no more.
Yeah.
Our mindset has changed to where now we want to build generational wealth. So you got to take generational chances.
I love that. Dropping a lot of gems right
Yes.
now. I hope y'all are paying attention, okay? Run these up, run these views up. What can people expect from you, or what do you have coming up? Because you have a bunch of businesses. Are there more?
Yeah, so I just created the Make 'em Say Celsius drink. So then we have the Miller Family Foods. We got the Miniatis, motivating oneself, encourage you actively to think independently. We have high-end luxury bags. We have clothing companies, shoe companies. So, but we also have family business, like we talk about the Fishbone.
Right.
To be able to bring people together at the table, and to be able to eat with your family, and to be able to, now we can own our own franchises. So that's how McDonald's got started, right? In the franchising business, in the real estate business. We're doing this, and we showing people that a lot of these companies that we see, these are people last names. These are these family brands. You think Gucci, Versace, Kellogg's. No, these are not some things that they came up with some cool name. That's their last name. How come we can't create family brands off our last names?
Yeah. Even with you and the success that you have reached, do you still find that at your level it's hard to knock down certain doors?
Yeah, it is, but I go through the window or I climb through the chimney. Every time I hear no, that means maybe, or not now. And so I've never took a no. If somebody say no, I'm like, oh man, don't worry about it, I'll be back. That's how I get to where I'm at. Think about it. Before you could sell 100 million records like I sold independently, you got to be able to sell 5 or 10 records. I tell people all the time, because when people build stuff, they always tell me, people, we gonna make $20 million. I say, no, let's make $10 first. Like, think about it. You got to have that mindset. You got to love what you're doing. I love what I'm doing. So I love educating my people, my culture. Think about it. I don't go to parties unless I'm getting paid. I don't hang out. I don't do no hanging out. It's like, you know what? We get money doing this, because I come from the streets, right? So I was able to change my life, and I want to show our culture that you can change, you can grow up, because most of us just want to die young and get it over. Because think about it, we really want to take a Tylenol or aspirin because we don't want to feel the pain. I love the pain, because the pain is what makes me. I slept on the floor my whole childhood life. I lived with my grandparents, so I don't have no excuse. But most people say, oh, I ain't live with my dad and my mom. I live with my grandparents in the project, They had 12 kids, so me and my brother made 14 with 2 adults. That's 16 people in a 3-bedroom project, right? And so I was happy. I was happy that somebody loved me and took care of me. So I said, when I make it, I'm gonna take care of my grandmother. And I told my grandmother I'm gonna buy a house. So that motivated me. You gotta have a why. That why took me to go work hard. I wanted to make sure my grandmother lived a good life. And I told God, if you help me do that, I'm gonna give you the glory. And so I changed my life and I give God the glory all the time.
Yeah. And you've created generational wealth, and I think a lot of us are striving for that. I saw a video the other day from a psychologist who was saying that he feels like we're creating a generation of weak children, weak people, because they have everything that comes to them so fast and so easy, and they don't have to struggle so hard like we did.
Yeah, but you know what? That's because we're not building character, and we're not creating that hunger. Like I told you, I slept on the floor.
Yeah.
So think about it, but I wasn't angry and I wasn't upset at my parents. I wasn't upset at my grandparents. I was thankful. So when you build character, my son is probably one of the top basketball players in college right now, right? He go to the University of Houston. I built character with him. So when I gave him that basketball at 3 years old, I went to Target, got that little hoop, gave it to him. He we came to New York, we played in Rutgers, we played everywhere. My son averaged 30-something points a game in high school in California. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
So he done played against everybody, right? So the difference was I didn't give him a car in high school. I brought him a bicycle. So I let him ride his bike to school, even though we lived in a mansion. So I used that man, I'm like, bro, this mansion ain't nothing. This is just somewhere where you stay at. You gotta love what you're doing. And when he showed me he loved playing basketball, I supported him. So right now we are building entitlement with these kids. And I did that the first time with my first kids. I'm not doing that no more. Yeah. So now I gotta make you work for what you want. So now my son got multi-million-dollar NIL deals and stuff like that, but he had to work for it, and so he appreciated it. The same way I appreciated sleeping on that floor. I wasn't married with my grandparents. My son ain't married. He's like that. Just like right now, right? So he at Houston, they one of the top teams in the country. But what he do is, because everybody wanted him to be one and done, the coach don't play freshmen. That if he'd have went to anywhere else, he would have, because as soon as he get in the game, he getting a bucket or he dunking on somebody, right? But he got to go through the system. So that coach don't play freshmen. He say straight up, I don't care how good you is, but the coach let me know your son's special, because I normally redshirt freshmen. So he giving them the time and the pace, and I told him, my son told me, and I knew, I left him there and let him go play. He was like, Dad, this on me. I got to get better. I got to do what I got to do. So when we programming our kids and giving them that education, knowing that this is on you, because once you're 12 years old, anybody watching this got kids, once you're 12 years old, once I was 12 years old, I got to pay for my own sins. Think about it. So parents thinking that your kid 12 years old, go look in the Bible. Once your kid make 12, me and my brother died at 19, right? My family members wanted to say, oh, he was a basketball player. No, we was like, bro, we was hustling. I was out there, we was out there together. You living this life. So when you see my story, you think you know my story, but you don't know it. So we're gonna show the truth. So a lot of these parents, you really can't even save your own kids. You think just because you could be in the house with some people, once you walk out that door and you want to live this life, you're gonna live it. Your parents don't know what you're doing. And I told my grandma, I was like, this is what I did. But I didn't lie to them.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids are lying to their parents, and we got to stop that, because at the end of the day, all you have is your family.
That's good.
Yeah.
Crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
Got to create character.
Yeah.
I love that. Because that, a lot of people.
Because think about it, if you give your kids everything, what they going to do? When you can't give them something, they're going to be mad at you.
Yep. Entitlement.
Think about it, then they're going to go run to a stranger that ain't going to do nothing but rob them. That's how the devil will kill, steal, and destroy. But my thing is, once you build that character, it might be tough because you want your kids think about it, most of us say, I want my kids to have more than what I had. Don't say that no more.
Right.
Think about it, you gotta let your kids go on their journey just like you. I bumped my head plenty of times, but my parents let me go on that journey. I had to figure it out. Yeah. And once I figured it out, now I had a foundation under me. That's why I say wisdom is more important than money. That's the most important thing that you could give somebody is wisdom.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that, I think that gives them purpose.
Yeah. If you don't have no purpose, you might as well quit life. Let's be honest, because you're willing to give up. You don't have no purpose. When I get up in the morning, I get up knowing what I got to do. So guess what my purpose is? My purpose is to be a servant and to create future leaders.
Yeah.
So it's not about me. So and I don't do this for the money. I make money because I'm good at what I do. And to be a good leader, you got to be a good student. So to be a good teacher, you got to be a good student. So everybody think that if you look at from Snoop Dogg to all the people that I was able to help create, right? They was good students. So now they're able to go blossom and do what they need to do because they was good students.
Yeah.
And so don't just think that you're going to be a leader or a teacher without being a good student.
You have a beautiful story. Do you think you'll tell it one day?
I'm about to tell it now. So I'm working on the Ice Cream Man story. So you'll be able to get the chance to see that. Okay. I'm doing a whole series on it. So you're going to see me from a kid to growing up because I want people to see like what my life was about. And I realized that I feel like God spared my life for a reason, and he gave me a chance to be here and to be able to do what I'm doing now, because I had so many close calls. But you know, even though I was hustling on the streets, I didn't want to be out there. Some people love the game. I never loved the game. You know, you can't cheat the game of life, and you got to be able to put the work in if you want to be successful. And so that's what I've been doing my whole life. I don't mind. Like, I'm probably the only person, you know, I live in a gated community. They have 2 gates to get to my house, but I don't have to fly on a private plane unless I got to be 3 places at one time. So I'll get on a regular plane. I want to be with the people.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I am. Think about it. I've been there for the longest.
Yeah.
But also, too, I don't like being on private planes. I'm like, man, they might shoot my plane down. I don't want to be on a plane by myself. I want to be on a plane with 150, 200 people, you know.
Yeah, we all
like
going down.
That's the mindset that I have, right? I've always been like that, saying that if I stay humble and stay hungry, I could do what I need to do. But I want to show my people that you don't have to have all that. Because think about it, a lot of these billionaires, they don't need that.
Yeah.
Go look at a lot of the people that we see that are successful. This material stuff, you can't take it with you. And so it's only temporary. I want to let y'all know, anybody watching this, I don't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have. When you die, the same coroner gonna come pick you up with the same plastic bag and put you in that same plastic bag. They're gonna put a millionaire or they're gonna put somebody that don't have nothing in that same plastic bag. So that's why you need to be thankful and grateful and appreciative for every day.
Such a powerful conversation. Thank you so much for your time, Master P.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I look forward to watching your life story.
Yes.
And please go listen to the song, Run It Up. The donations, again, go where?
Yes, go to teamhopefoundation.org.
Prayers for New Orleans. New Orleans strong, baby.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.